baby girl. Let me see you do your dance, let me see you twirl. Shake an ass in the club with your homegirls.
What's up, y'all? We back with some more death battle. And as you can see from the screen, we got a cartoon death battle. Wile the Coyote versus Tom the Cat. Looney Tunes versus Tom and Jerry death battle. Now, this one, everybody, if you had a childhood, knows who Tom the Cat and Wile Coyote is, obviously. So this one is definitely going to be like it's gonna be definitely like goofy, similar to that Courage, the Coyote Dog. I forgot who he was fighting in that death battle, but to that Courage one. So this one, Scooby-Doo, I think it was. Yeah, it was Courage versus Scooby-Doo. So this one is definitely gonna be nice. Out of the two characters, I low-key like Tom more because I watched Tom and Jerry a lot when I was a kid. That's probably like one of my top 5 cartoons was definitely Tom and Jerry. So yeah, that Tom and Jerry definitely was my top 5. And so yeah, this is gonna be nice. So I'm gonna do enough talking. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and get into this death battle. Let's see who they gonna have winning on this one. Cost me my dinner.
Wile Coyote.
What was
the
that?
fastest and furiousest of the Looney Tunes.
Tomcat, the powerhouse pussycat from Tom and Jerry.
The fans voted for it and we're here to deliver.
He's with
Yes,
my
sir.
boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. In tales told over shimmering campfire by the tribespeople of North America, there was no figure so cunning, so bold as Coyote. To the Miwok, he was a Prometheus who stole fire from the heavens to give to humanity. To the Sewetmuk, he was a foolish trickster who could die and return to life.
And to the brothers Warner, he's just a poor dumb schmuck who can't catch a break.
To this day, the Great Coyote stalks the American Southwest.
Wait a
hunting his
minute!
indefatigable-
Oh my god! What kind of species? Bro, I'm not reading all that, but Jesus. Big ass species. What the oh shit. What the hell?
Prey, the Roadrunner. And this modern Wile Coyote is
5'8",
driven by a ruthless
1937,
entrepreneurial spirit.
207 or so,
and
he
he
says.
drove him straight off a cliff.
Eternally
He'll chase
hangry.
that bird-shaped happily ever after to his own inevitable undoing. Such is the lot of the common man.
You might not expect it from an anthropomorphic canine Job, but Wile was born the son of world-famous hunter Cage E. Coyote. His father raised him from infancy to hound his avian adversary and forbade him to speak until he tasted victory. On the face, an easy task. Coyotes are incredibly adaptable predators, capable of hunting in both rural and urban environments.
They're also speedy little demons. They can sprint at up to 43 miles per hour, though that's cold comfort when that blue meeping bastard can make beams of light look stone still or outrun a car that was moving fast enough to travel through time.
Frankly, it's incredible that Wile manages to consistently keep up with his prey at all, but he does.
No, really, it's actually stated that only a, quote, tiny little extra burst of speed separates the Coyote and the Roadrunner. Heck, Bugs Bunny himself needed to take super speed supplements in order to move fast enough to outrun Wile.
But almost as fast isn't fast enough. Fortunately, Wile's got an endless assortment of gadgets, gizmos, and reams of blueprints to make up the difference.
He's got your classics like dynamite, anvils, and spring-loaded boxing gloves, along with heavier artillery like heat-seeking missiles, a 10 billion volt electromagnet, and a friggin' trebuchet, a Reddit favorite.
Many of which he invented himself.
I ain't gonna lie, hold on, bro. This man Wile could give Batman a run for his money with these amount of gadgets and stuff he be coming up with. God damn.
and uses in excruciatingly detailed schemes that inevitably go awry. Despite being a self-described super genius, Wile has an officially measured IQ of 3.
That's the same IQ as a cactus.
Okay, the test results were fake, but he's still an idiot.
So why not let a soulless corporation do the hard work for him?
Acme sells any product that you can imagine, and Wile is their most devoted customer, contributing up to 99% of its multi-billion-dollar revenue.
Thanks for the inherited wealth, Pops. Oh, don't worry, I'm spending it all in one place.
He's got an Acme Book of Magic, Acme Clone-O-Matic, Acme Death Ray, Acme City in a Box, Acme Universal Remote, which can pause, fast forward, and rewind a person through time.
Too bad
Wow.
half the stuff Wile uses is intentionally sabotaged because Acme's board of directors is exclusively Roadrunners. My
Damn.
man cannot catch a break, but he sure can take some punishment.
No matter the severity of his failures, Wile is still a toon and can bounce back from just about anything.
He's been sliced, stabbed, squashed, exploded, melted, blasted into a constellation, and overall verbed for the last 87 years straight without ever actually dying. He once got fully disintegrated into ash and popped back up like it was nothing.
Similar to the immortal Coyote of Sewetmuk legend.
He's also shattered the fourth wall tons of times and even left the comic page entirely to catch the Roadrunner. Ah, so close.
Believe it or not, there is actually a biological reason for these abilities. Looney DNA. Every toon's got it, not just the Looney ones. And it's what lets them survive fatal damage up to being fully erased off the page, essentially dictating their personal slice of reality to whatever is funny.
Like how gravity only affects the Coyote when he looks down.
Toons are immune to the laws of physics as we know them.
That's why Wile developed a counter to this immortality, the Looney DNA Dissolver, which leaves toons vulnerable to fatal wounds the same way we are. Yet again, so close. You can't say he hasn't tried everything.
It was Wile's experience as a veteran toon that landed him a job at Acme University as department chair of the School of Hard Knocks, teaching up-and-coming tiny toons how to use their abilities.
Okay, so Naruto.
And just like Naruto's jutsus, Toon Force works like an actual power.
So this is basically the Looney Tune version of Streamer University. Like, tell me I'm wrong, bruh. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me, please.
System, with more experienced toons like Wile who are more powerful than their younger counterparts.
And that means Wile should be capable of replicating feats and abilities performed by any other Looney Tune, like traveling between different mediums or altering the plot of the cartoon he's in.
And my favorite was the time Plucky Duck used Marvin the Martian's matter transmogrifier to suck up the entire universe.
And then suck up the animator animating his universe.
And then suck up the animator's universe for good measure.
Wile's got a cushy 10-year job teaching that stuff. Impressive for an abject failure at his life mission. He's helped stop a meteor from destroying Earth, beat the Monstars in basketball, and even, oh snap, caught the Roadrunner! Oh wait, never mind, so damn close!
According to 1977's Tweety and Sylvester issue 67, Wile E. Coyote has attempted to catch the Roadrunner 4,766,842 times.
Oh my god!
And to the present, that's over 10 million failures.
That takes dedication.
Nah, that's
Maybe
right.
self-destructive stubbornness.
That is
Blinded by
stupid.
bird lust.
Nah.
Forest for the trees.
No,
Acme's
that's
intentional
dedication
malfunctions
for
and Coyote's
real.
recklessness don't account for all of his catastrophes. There's something else.
The
something
hate runs
grander,
deep.
otherworldly, standing in the way of our furry friend's salvation.
Wiz, there's no other way to say it. God is just plain out to get this guy.
And by God, we mean the closest thing that exists for Coyote and Roadrunner. Chuck Jones.
The guy that created him and helped forge the Looney Tunes into how we know him today.
Originally meant to be a parody of earlier chase cartoons like, well, Tom and Jerry, Jones established several rules for their animated shorts that superseded Coyote's reality warping toon abilities.
Rules that cover his obsession, faulty products, and the fact that no outside force, not even but the Roadrunner is to blame for his defeat. Just him.
While other creatives have altered this formula in the decades since Jones's departure, these rules have effectively made the Coyote's defeats cosmically ordained.
God nerfed Wile E. Coyote. In all our years making Death Battle, we have never seen a handicap like that.
But what else can
That's
you expect
crazy.
from our fanatical furry fail son? He's the Sultan of Slapstick, the CEO of Second Place, the swing and a miss superstar. As long as he picks himself back up and dusts off the ashes, that'll never be all, folks, for Wile E. Coyote. The year was
Interesting.
1939. War raged in Europe between the British Tommies and the German Jerrys. As the beleaguered English made their miraculous escape from the German encirclement off the coast of Dunkirk, one might have called the battle a game of cat and mouse.
Oh wow, is that actually where their names come from? I'm looking this up.
Regardless of their names,
If that is true, that's crazy.
William Hanna and Joseph Barbera's infamous cat and mouse duo became the undisputed kings
Man.
of slapstick comedy.
Yo. I'm telling you, the old animation right here, what we're looking at, of how Tom and Jerry used to look versus like the up-to-date one. Man, bruh. That's I remember seeing it as this. Got used to it, seeing the new one. I was like, damn, this is better. That's crazy, bruh. This really bring back some memories for real.
The formula is simple, and we all know it. Tomcat chases Jerry Mouse around the house. Brutal, bone-shaking, I felt that in my balls. Violence ensues, and
I
Tom
remember
is
that.
reprimanded by Mammy Two Shoes.
Who is, let's say, very much from the 1940s.
And if you're like me, all you wanted to see was Tom wipe that smug smirk off that little rat's face. Despite my well-documented hatred of cats, even I've got to cringe at years of propaganda to convince us to side with the filthy, flea-ridden rodent over man's second best friend. Oh,
Yep, that's the
be
new
gone.
one right
House
there.
cats like Tom are actually some of Earth's most successful predators. They can run up to 30 miles per hour, leap 6 feet high, and despite being commonly perceived as nocturnal, they're actually crepuscular and hunt in the dawn and evening.
Tom specifically is a British shorthair. They're strong, stocky Roman cats bred to withstand harsh conditions. And for Tom, harsh conditions is an understatement.
Tom has collected a crazy assortment of weapons in his war against mousekind. Sure, most of it is the stuff you can find around the average American household, like baseball bats, lead pipes,
And guns! Lots and lots of guns. But he's got wackier things like a magic wand, a robo-cat, vanishing cream, and a smart cap that gives him all the knowledge in the world.
I'm partial to the Sword of Light and Dark, which severs you from your own shadow, or the Rewind Remote, which can move your victim backwards through time.
And you can't forget the cat car and cat jet, spelled with
I
K's,
remember
of
that
course,
episode.
which is
That
the
was
cat
so
part.
fire.
Tom's arsenal
I love
is
that
heavily
episode so much.
improvisational, which fits his quick thinking in fights over Thanksgiving turkey. Though he often loses his bouts with Jerry, it's not usually because he's dumb or incompetent. Rather, he's just genuinely outplayed.
And even in defeat, he's one tough son of a gun. He's been crushed, blown up, had every bone in his body broken, shattered, melted, and vaporized to dust, and survived.
Well, mostly. Tom actually has kicked the bucket multiple times, but little known cat fact, he has 9 lives, as established in the episode Heavenly Puss.
Oh, Wiz was conducting some different kind of research when he stumbled on that episode.
Very funny. Tom starts to use his lives up. He
Guy's
has a potion that
ugly.
just restores them.
Or he can physically go get them back from hell, where all cats go.
Extremely hardcore for a toon, but there isn't much of a limit to what Tom can do. He can clone himself, levitate in the air, make his imagination real, and even break the fourth wall and enter the real world.
Yeah, if you only watch the classic cartoons from the 40s, you may be in for a shock. Tom and Jerry gets buck wild, much like the actual inspirations for their names. Thank you, Google.
Oh, you're still on this?
Dodoy Whiz. They were actually named after the 2 characters in Pierce Egan's delightful life in London, Jerry Hawthorne and Corinthian Tom. It was adapted to the stage with the title Tom and Jerry, which later became a catch-all term in 1800s England for young, drunken rabble-rousers.
One could, in fact, say that many rabbles were roused the times Tom destroyed a planet-busting asteroid, lifted up the sun, and was blown up into a constellation. And he was just fine. Just a bunch of stars now, but he's okay.
He taked an explosion that launched him through time to the Stone Age and has run through space at massively fast faster than light speeds.
That shouldn't be a surprise when he and Jerry have been at each other's throats for over 80 years now. But what may surprise you is the fact that at the end of the day, they're actually friends.
And they've worked together tons of times to save the day, like when they helped a little orphan girl, Robin Starling, find...
You know what's funny with this? It's I'm really about to let y'all in on something that I've read about Tom and Jerry, that they said that. Is I've seen this, like, I swear I've seen it, like, either... It was probably, I think, this year or last year, because it was kind of somewhat recently in my life. So this year or last year, but I seen somewhere that, and it's true, that with Tom and Jerry, they don't really, like he said, they don't really hate each other. They're actually, like, friends. And, you know, him chasing Jerry and them fighting all that is really like an act that they put on for, like, the owner. So, like, the lady or whoever is the owner for them, because they do have different owners in different episodes or different shows of them, is that, yeah, they only do that, like, just to look normal, like a cat and mouse. Or, like, the owner wants Jerry gone, and so Tom has to do it, or else they both, like, get kicked out or something. But yeah, that is accurate, that they are actually real friends.
her way home. Oh, that's a nice end to their story.
Don't you believe it? Now is when we have to talk about Tom and Jerry Chase. Long ago, the warrior god, Lord of Sichuan, Erlong Shen, battled the tricksy and indomitable Mouse King atop Peach Mountain, leading the goddess Celeste to declare the two the strongest warriors in the realm. And they were, in fact, Tom and Jerry. They were even stronger than Devil Tom, who repelled corruption by the darkness. This mysterious, malevolent force threatened to consume the Tree of Life, whose branches encompass all of time and space. Banding together, these warriors used the star element to dispel the darkness and save the universe.
What the fuck?
Well,
that's what I'm saying. Hey,
insane. It is. Chase is a Chinese mobile gacha game whose lore is not entirely in keeping with the spirit of the source material.
It's definitely a Chinese game.
However,
I mean, Chinese games and Japanese games are the only things that do have to do with realms.
Which
you won't find nothing like that in America.
Included in our research.
Sadly.
So that the gods may grant us mere mortals some heavenly push.
No.
Friendly rivalry aside, though, Tom has actually managed to catch the little rat fair and square a few times.
By my count of the original shorts, 19 times.
I could watch him on repeat forever.
I remember the episode he kind of started laughing.
Feline. The only kitty I truly respect is named after booze.
Well then,
yeah, Beers is low-key
because
he
the Tom
different.
And Jerry of English literature later became the namesake for a famous Christmas cocktail.
Because there's no better way to get absolutely trashed than with good old Tom and Jerry.
I don't know who's gonna win this. I was gonna say Wile because of the ridiculous shit I've heard that we've seen that he can do, and like from the comics and all that, but damn, I don't know. Got to find out. I mean, it did say Wile's like, it did say that Wile's like IQ is low, but Tom gets outplayed. Oh, that's a hard one. I gotta see this, so let's find out. It's about to be good. Domestic cat. I remember that shit sometimes. Them two just gone. What the fuck?
Come on, you apes! You wanna live forever!
fat lady is crazy. Man called in a supply drop. Wow. Damn, dude said I'm gonna just keep it one. Why is this so entertaining, bro? What the fuck? Yo! That's crazy. Damn, Tom knows exactly what that is. Brian, no. What
Wile
the?
Coyote, super genius.
Oh, thank God, one of them actually died this time. I mean, no.
That's
Animal
fucked
cruelty,
up.
no.
Oh my God, it's messed up what
Considering
he just
coyotes
said.
eat cats, I'm not surprised.
While both Cat and Coyote were incredibly powerful, they weren't literal gods who could snap their problems away. They had limitations and weaknesses that could be exploited, especially by each other. Let's first talk their stats.
Both were strong enough to contend with universe-threatening phenomena, but comparing Wile to Plucky Duck, Looney Tunes can not only destroy their own universe, but their animators as well.
And while Tom could move faster than light, Wile could keep up with the Roadrunner, who could outspeed a car fast enough to travel through time. That's immeasurably fast, and much faster than Tom. Wile gets the edge in stats.
Wile's arsenal was a bit better too, believe it or not. Even eliminating the devices that have been shown to malfunction, he still countered everything Tom had.
The biggest being the Looney DNA Dissolver, which could render Tom's cartoony healing factor moot and end the fight.
While Tom has never been shown to have Looney DNA specifically, the concept clearly has nothing to do with actual DNA molecules.
Looney Tunes have been erased completely and still returned, so it's clearly something more fundamental to their essence.
And since the Dissolver works on any tunes, not just the Looney ones, it should apply to Tom. But considering how much of a screw-up Wile is, it wasn't a sure bet. Hell, it could have backfired, especially considering how much more competent Tom is.
When it came to intelligence, Wile's engineering and scheming genius were often defeated by his own ego and stubbornness. Tom, on the other hand, was consistently more flexible, pragmatic, and victorious in his fights. He definitely gets the edge there.
Oh, and Tom has one other big advantage. He doesn't have God nerfing him.
And that's the big question. Was Tom capable enough to benefit from Wile's narrative-enforced bad luck and see the DNA Dissolver backfire against him?
That bad luck is a core part of Wile's character as a cartoon. So let's call it his, toonliness.
To find the answer, we dug deep through the bowels of Looney Tunes lore and ended up in an unexpected place: Space Jam.
Where Wile yet again fails against the Roadrunner, but against the villains of the movie, the Monstars, he actually scores.
And scores again in the sequel, more than anyone else. But according to Chuck Jones's rules, that shouldn't happen, right?
Throughout his entire history, Wile's cosmically ordained failures only occur when he's specifically chasing the Roadrunner, or other tunes the plot bends around like bugs, because that's what Chuck Jones's rules were written for: Coyote and Roadrunner cartoons.
And even then, looking closely, they've been broken a few times throughout the decades. even during Chuck Jones's tenure.
Without the universe nerfing him, there's no reason to think Wile couldn't eventually land a hit with the Looney DNA dissolver.
Especially when the only reason it failed was because of the Roadrunner's intervention, a direct violation of Chuck Jones's limitations on the Coyote.
And especially when it's the only thing that either one had that could kill the other.
Despite lacking Wile's narrative impediments, and despite having a better track record overall, Tom ultimately had no surefire way to kill Wile, whereas Wile's superior strength, speed, and looting arsenal ensured his victory.
Wile gave one hell of a chase and left Tom Jones in for a rematch.
The winner is Wile Coyote.
That was good.
Next time on Death Battle.
What we got next, man? My Hero versus Deku and Spider-Man?
Subscribe and join as a member to see more Death Battle.
Alright.
Thanks for watching.
Okay, that was a good death battle. That was very entertaining, very loony, very funny. And my concern about who won? Not really. I mean, it's Looney Tunes. I mean, it's a cartoon, so it is what it is. It was really entertaining though. Next one is Spider-Man versus Deku. I mean, I guess that's a good comparison. I mean, I get it. Spider-Man was bitten by a spider. Deku ate All Might's hair to get his. They both got bitten or ate something. Excuse me, to get their powers. Understandable. They're both young. Well, if you're using Miles Morales, then they're both young. So understandable. Other than that, yeah, don't really see it. But anyway, yeah, that was a good death battle. I enjoyed it. I hope you guys did too. If so, then y'all know what to do. Leave a like, share, comment down below, and most importantly, subscribe. Other than that, I'm gonna catch you guys later.